everything set up. So all I have to do is hit that button there. Uh-oh. Maybe it timed out. Maybe I took too long.
Let's see. Hold
Okay, interesting. Okay, I see. Yes. Yes, we are live. We are live. We are live. And I see you. And good morning to all of you that are coming in to join us on hashtag Rise and Grind. My name is Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one and a father to six, going on seven. Can you believe that? And I am the general manager at Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealership in America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope you are ready to rise and grind with my good friend, the most amazing woman I know, Mrs. Danelle Delgado from Life Intended. What's up, Danelle? How are you?
Good morning, rise and grind.
That's
It's
right,
very rise and
right?
grindy here.
What time is it? What time is it there, Danelle?
3:30. 3:30 only for you. Rising
3:30.
2 hours early.
Well, I totally appreciate it, and I know everybody in here totally appreciates it because you were on. I guess it was 4 or 5 weeks ago. You were on the show, and I got so much feedback from so many people that just were like, "We need more Danelle," and I'm like, I totally get it because I always need more Danelle in my life as well. So I really appreciate you doing this not once at 3:30 in the morning, but twice.
Anytime you need. Are you kidding? You've got a movement going that's really making a difference in people and in me. So whatever you need, you got it.
You're awesome. You're awesome. Hey, everybody, before we get started, obviously, we are highlighting some powerful women from all across the country this month. We had Lisa Copeland on last week, which was awesome. Lisa Copeland's just straight fire in the auto industry. She's a killer. And so she was on. We've got Danelle. Next week, we'll have Deanne Stevens, Kelsey Malacote. I'm still working on Elena Cardone. I'm talking to Elena's people. I'm trying to get her on the last Friday of June. So, it has been really, really neat meeting all these different powerful women. And of course, you've got Danelle here. So make sure you guys are hitting that share button. Let's get this out there. Let's get as many people in here this morning as possible. If Danelle's going to join us at 3:30, the least we can do is give her a massive audience that she deserves. So, Danelle, I want to talk to you about, you've been in the group a little bit. And we've been working on something called hashtag unrecognizable, where members of the group have all challenged themselves to take 30 days and just change one major thing in their life that makes them unrecognizable. Now, it has been incredible seeing all the posts and people quitting smoking and people working out and people running and people doing all kinds of crazy stuff. How do you feel about this unrecognizable thing that we've been doing? Because I know you're someone that became 100% unrecognizable.
Yes, it's really powerful. What you did in there by asking that question, it triggers like the main things that create change in people, right? Usually it's either, well, there's two things that create change, right? Habit over time or massive emotional trauma. And we want people to do it through habit, not through, massive trauma. I think I've created change in my life, unrecognizable change both ways. and
Mhm.
and for me, as a hustler, as a rise and grinder, there's one thing that's been held back from me over time is remembering to take care of me and my health and those things first. And so it was a huge trigger to watch all these people change things. And I go, hey, I'm hopping in the mix because this is awesome. You can, it's really so much more powerful if you do it like a focus for a short amount of time. You can do anything for 30 days, right?
Right. Right.
30 days, but you also have this massive group of accountability, right? A lot of people say, I'm doing it, I'm changing this finally, because most people know what they need to change, they just don't do it. So what you've done there is make the change, call it out, Now you got to be held accountable, right? So we're 7 days in. How's it going, friends? Right?
Right.
Only seven. So you got to keep, doing those things, but you're helping people create massive change. And if you do it for 30 days, okay, you can do it for 60 days. My whole life was, completely transformed by 90-day runs, is what I call them. And it's done 30 days at a time, right? You can't even focus on something for 90 days because you'll get tired, right? You'll get tired, you'll miss one day. It's okay, I'll pick it up tomorrow. You can't do that. So you got to go 30 days, massive change, do it
Right.
quick, rip the band-aid off, and then add another, right? It's awesome.
I agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. And the 30 days, I had a friend that wrote a book. I'm trying to remember the acronym for it right now, but it was full time, part time, for part time free time. I think is kind of how he wrote it. And he talked about what you just said right there, where like you got to go at it super super hard, go full time for a short amount of time, and then you can get that you can get that long term effect that comes from it. So that's super neat. How are you doing on your unrecognizable challenge this month?
I'm doing awesome. So good. We moved. So it's a perfect time to reset all habits, right? So, as far as me, there's a couple of massive things that I'm doing with my health. Number one, drinking 16 ounces of water before anything goes down the hatch.
Right, right.
Right? It's just a habit. Like all these things, I'll go all day, forget to eat, forget to drink, forget to do these things. So what goes in is important, right? What's being cooked in the house is important, and having the trainers come to me. So I've got
Yeah.
I've got 20 people coming to my house on Monday. They're staying for the week. I'm training them here, but Joe's still coming, right?
That's
They're working
awesome.
out with me, right?
That's awesome. Right,
So
right.
that's one of the things you got to do is learn to build your business around your life, not your life around your business, right? Most people build their life around their job, around their career. That's one thing I firmly teach is I go, no, build your life, build your business, build your job around it, and make it fit. Ask questions, ask the boss, do the things that are really going to change your life, as opposed to most people in the beginning with business. I was like, yeah, I'll do it whatever time, whatever place, yes, yes, yes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die, right?
Right,
I have no
right.
time. And yes, you have to do those things, but what if you had non-negotiables? So I'm just building it around that non-negotiable. And you know the excuses we make keep us from the results we deserve, so no more excuses here. It's changing.
It's 2:30 in the morning and you're just dropping like fire.
Maybe it's the
I
best time.
love it.
Maybe I
The
need to
nu-
be up at 3:30 every day because you fire me up. Last time I tried to go back to sleep for just like a minute, and I was like, yeah, it's not happening. Nope, there you go.
You crushed it that day though. You had a couple extra hours, right? Right?
I
It's
did.
nice.
I did. It was a massive day.
But that let's dive into that a little bit more. Building your life around like your business, and you have done this, and it's pretty amazing. And actually, before we get too far into this, before we get too deep, because I felt bad last time, because I really want people to connect with you and know you, and I know there's a lot of people in the group that could continue to grow and learn more with you. So before we get too far, because you're like, okay, I'm a single mom and I'm fed up. I've got cancer. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to fight that. I'm going to beat that. I'm going to take over this. I'm going to do this. And then I'm just going to build a life completely around my business. I'm going to bring 20 people into my house and let them stay with me. And they're going to have to work out with me. And I'm doing things on my terms because this is my world. And that's how I'm going to roll. And that's powerful stuff. How can other people connect with you and learn to become more powerful, more Danelle like in their lives?
Well, awesome. Glenn, you are the best as always. Facebook is the best place to find me. That's where 2 billion people are. Why would I be anywhere else? Are you crazy? Facebook, Instagram, Friday nights tonight, every Friday night, 8 p.m. I train for an hour, really just giving back. I answer people's questions, entrepreneurs, business owners, women. That's really my deal. Is I work with people who are aching to live their more, not those people who say they want more, but those people who are ready to sacrifice what they need to get the results. I call it become the one your results require. And that's a lot of personal work. That's a lot of business work. That's a lot of no bull work. It's a lot of looking yourself in the mirror and saying, okay, I came to play.
Right.
Let's change it today and not go back. So the goal, right, is help people get a result that's so incredible as fast as possible that they're ruined for life. They can never go back to underachieving again.
Right. I
Right?
love
Once you
that.
know what you're capable of, man, sorry, it's too late. You can't be like, yeah, I'd like to underachieve. I'd like to shoot under the radar. I'd like to go be average from now on, now that I know I could be great. That's just ridiculous.
Right. That's awesome. So they can reach out to you any of those platforms, and obviously you've got like courses and classes and retreats that you do. People can come to your house and they can learn from you, and you do all that stuff,
Yes.
right?
DanelleDelgado.com. Yes. EliteLifeAcademy.com, LifeIntendedPro.com. Those are all, that's where to find me. But, different levels. Everybody's at a different spot. We have online programs that, have a year membership that people can go through 12 courses with me to develop themselves personally as well as in business. Live events at my house. I'm doing a women's event this summer, a red carpet in July here at the house, which is awesome, And of course, they can see me at Hustle and Grind Con.
Right. Right. They can see your
You.
Hustle and Grind Con in October with Mr. Eric Thomas. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Crazy.
Yes, it's
And
killer.
then we got Rise and Grind Summer Event, August 12th.
That's right. Be there or like, do you exist? Really?
I love it. Now, listen, powerful women. You just said you're doing some different things. You're having some women groups, things like that. How do you fight against the boys? Like, the boys tend to dominate the auto industry, and the boys kind of dominate the speaker industry. How do you like fight against the boys? It to me, you really stand out and shine even amongst all the guys. But how do you do that?
I think, it's interesting, right? Growing up, my best friends, like I had a couple of really great girlfriends. My best friends were men. Like I had 4 guys in high school who were like my dearest friends. They watched out for me like brothers. I hung out with them all the time. I think my mind was always competitive. And
Mhm.
so I never really saw things as male female. I can probably out throw most men on a football. I just, those were it was I never saw things as different. What I saw things as do my best. And so where they told me, hey, that's not really a ladies thing, I just kind of ignored those people.
Sure.
And I really just said, hey, male or female, who's out there doing their best, and go compete with them, go learn from them. I surrounded myself with incredible mentors. Almost, actually, all of my mentors, I'm like trying to think, all of my mentors were men.
Mhm.
So I think I was brought into their circles. I saw how they did business. I liked how they did business. A lot of women are heart driven, and I am completely heart driven, but I am completely competitive driven. So I was like, there's not time to cry. Just get out there and go do it. So I think it's more of, I just called myself to the table. I've tried to get on speaker panels before, and they're like, well, all the women, speaker positions are filled. And I was like, oh, so you have a certain amount that are men or women? I was just calling to be a speaker, like I'd call
Right.
them out on that
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Actually, Tim Grover, a mentor of mine,
Uh-huh.
who's, obviously Michael Jordan's trainer, and he and Sherry, who is his right hand, you know,
Uh-huh.
awesome
Yeah.
powerhouse female she is.
Yeah. She's
Um,
truly the boss in that
she
relationship
is
for
the
sure.
she is killer, man. You know, I spend a lot of time with them, and she'll call me out on stuff when she's like, "Are you being a girl?" Like, I don't, and I'm like, "Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I was. You're right. Didn't respond to that correctly." You know, so I think it's never comparing myself. It's just wanting to master my craft so much they had to listen. You
Yeah.
know, be unignorable, be irreplaceable. You know, people always told me, well, everyone's replaceable. And I was like, well, my goal is to prove you wrong on that.
Right on. Yeah. I like that
So
a lot.
yeah, just it was always about, and it's still to this day, is about master my craft, get better, do more, read more. A lot of entrepreneurs or people will tell me, well, do you really think I need a college degree? And I was like, that you're questioning it? Maybe you should. Like, yes, I believe in education. I also believe in hustle. There are things I learned in experience that I never got in college, but I also have a couple degrees and I also am going back and want more. You know, like however you learn, read, study, get your own master's and doctorate degree on YouTube. But also, if there's an expert, go follow them. If that's, you know, an education, those kinds of things, like let no one give you input who isn't where you want to be. Go
Right.
learn,
Right.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Seek out those that have forged the path that you want to
right,
travel, right? That's
right.
that's powerful stuff.
You're in the car business, you follow Glenn Lundy. Obviously, look at Dan Cummins, look at the numbers and things that you're breaking. Like, I see that and I go, I'm studying that industry. I'm studying Glenn. You kidding me? That's a massive record breaker. Why would you not learn from that industry? Like, I'm kind of crazy. I study every single industry. Like, I study people who are winning, no
Right.
matter what the industry, and apply it to mine. Yeah.
Yeah. Winners. It's
Yeah.
all about seeking the winners, surrounding yourself with winners, the winning mindset. It's such a shift from, from that victim mentality to a
Yes.
winning mindset.
Yeah.
That's the shift. Let me ask you, what are some of your biggest struggles? You've built these companies, you've got that beautiful home now, you've got the kids, you've fought through a lot and become a completely different human being, completely unrecognizable from who you were before. But what are some of your biggest struggles, even maybe going through that time, and even now, what are some of the things that you struggle with the most?
Yeah. What a good question. I don't have any struggles.
Yeah, yeah, right. Just winning.
Struggle. Hashtag the struggle is real. I think, you know, for me, it's always like one of my biggest struggles balancing personal life, right? Because I'll always choose my thousands of clients, right?
Right.
You know, now my kids are always first, right? I've got my priorities in order. I've got my business in order. But for me, it's always balancing, you know, what I want with what I feel responsible to, right? I feel responsible to live my best life. I feel responsible to my clients. I feel responsible to leave a legacy. Um, but there's also things I want, like I'd love to have more date nights, you know, with my boyfriend. I'd
Yeah.
love to, you know, go on more vacations where I don't work, you know, but that's not how it's going to be. So I think balancing those things and learning to remember, you know, it's what I train. I always train, you know, what would happen in your world if you treated your spouse or your significant other like your highest paying client, right?
Hmm.
That's a
Hmm.
necessity, but I
Yeah.
teach
Mhm.
that because that's something I constantly work on, right? So I'm just being like pretty transparent here.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
that's, you know, that's something that I really try to work on. I think I'm extremely hard on myself, and you know, I think the most things people tell me are slow down, you know, but I don't necessarily listen to those. I think everybody has their own pace. So it's it's a balance of that. I think it's more, you know, here's a question that most moms ask me, right? how do you balance things? And I go, well, I don't really know what balance is, but I do know what priorities are.
Mhm.
I design mine on a target, right? Like literally like a shooting target. You got a bullseye, you have all the other things. And I say, well, my bullseye at the end of every day when I started was leave people better than I found them, right?
Mhm.
No matter what I do, business, life, kids, all those kinds of things, leave people better than I found them, and become the one my results require. Like that was it. Grow me, grow others. And then my kids were next, right? Then outside of that ring was my business. Then it was my clients. Then it was my personal life, right? I just kind of designed my priorities in a way that um, it'd be really easy for me to say yes to the right things and no to the wrong things. And
Mhm.
so I think those are adjustable, but it's just about prioritizing those. And most people don't take the time to write out their mission, vision, and values, what they stand for, and their priorities. And if you do, it's really easy to say yes or no. Like when you asked me about, the conference in August that you're doing, right? I said, what did I say immediately?
Immediately, you were like, yes,
Yes.
I want, yeah, right
Why?
out the gate.
Because I went right to mission, vision, values, priorities, my people, right? What? And I said yes, right? And I shifted an intensive that I have at my house 2 days early so that I could fly out. I literally called my clients and I said, hey, I got to move the dates, and they were like, okay, right? Because I knew my priorities. Now there's other people who call, okay, and I'll say, mm, right now I'm supposed to speak with Grant and a couple other people the day after Hustle and Grind, right?
Mhm.
And I go, yes, right? You just have to check those things. And then there's other people who call me and they're like, hey, can you speak this day, this day? And I go, no. It's just really easy for me to, build those priorities because of that. So I think, if I'm speaking of struggles, those were things that I used to struggle on a lot, was priorities, balance, kids, family, personal life, business. But the more I get my priorities, my target in order, um, exactly what I want to complete at the end of every day, the less struggle I have.
Mhm.
But that's it. I'm really hard on myself. I have really big goals. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I get
but
that.
that's the more responsibility. I think. I think people err on the side of doing too little way more often than doing too much.
Mhm.
Everybody's like, slow down, slow down. I go, that's your perspective,
Right.
right? I know what I'm capable of. I draw the line. I'm not, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think people need to hold themselves more accountable. And, you know,
I totally 100% can connect with everything that you're saying right now. I probably need a little help in this area myself. My wife and I just went to Arizona last weekend,
I saw
and
that.
we didn't have any of the kids. And I love my kids, but we had no kids.
Did you
And
rent a
literally,
daycare center? They like fill up the whole thing.
I
That's like
know.
amazing. Who watches them? It's incredible.
Yes, we are lucky to have her mother is very, very, very helpful. Her sister's very helpful, and then my mom is here too, so she's helpful. But we had no kids, and I'm sitting across from her at Cracker Barrel. Like we're having Cracker Barrel for breakfast, which we fly all the way across the country. We have no kids. We can choose to eat anywhere we want, and of course we go to Cracker Barrel, right? And I'm sitting there at Cracker Barrel, and I'm staring at this woman, and I'm going, I don't even recognize her. Like it just gets so busy. Our life gets so busy between rise and grind, Dan Cummins, 6 kids, baseball and dance and all the other stuff, soccer, and there's just so much stuff. Like her and I haven't we're not a priority. our
Right.
our our relationship is not a priority. Everything else has become a priority. So that moment when I sat across from her, I was like, man, I have got to get better at this. Like, I've got to get a little bit better at this. And of course, we've got the new dealership and we've got all kinds of stuff going. So I haven't seen her since we got back to
Right.
Kentucky, So you're speaking through me or directly to me, and I can feel it resonating through me that that's an area that I definitely need to work on it as well. And I like that. That's smart. Just kind of prioritize it. Here's what, and then it makes it easier to make those decisions. That's powerful. Thank you for helping me again. You always help me.
Yeah, we help each other. I tell you what, right? I
Amazing.
mean, you calling it out, a simple thing that's like, all right, 30 days at a time, Danelle. Come on,
Right.
make the transition. Don't be crazy. Don't be lazy.
Don't be crazy and don't be lazy. I like that. That's gonna be a good
Okay.
hashtag. No crazy, no lazy. Okay, we are 26 minutes into our 20-minute show, which is what happens all the time with you and me. So, 2-minute takeaways. The end of every one of these shows, we got to do 2-minute takeaways. Now, last time, the 2-minute takeaway, you were talking about the morning routine and just how important that was to get that hour, that power hour in with the audiobooks and yourself. So, what are you going to share with us today as our 2-minute takeaway before we get out of here on hashtag Rise and Grind?
All right, 2 minutes. I think one of the most important skills to develop that people miss is courage. I think people overlook it. And, most people pray for an easier life, right? They pray to have less struggles, they pray for answers. Um, I think people need to pray to be problem solvers, is what they need to pray. Like, bring on the struggle, because every single struggle has given me the courage to go bigger, right? Everything is preparation, right? So if I tell a lot of my clients, I say, listen, go be great. Go be great today. No matter what you do, be great. Well, part of it I think I need to change and start saying, go be brave today. Go be brave. Step bigger. Step into areas you're uncomfortable. Build your level of courage to the point that it will create a monetary equivalent, right? People are out there just doing the normal things, and if you are not building it up, man, you're going to stay average. You're going to remain. I completely think, and this has been a message in my life recently, is that courage is the antidote to mediocrity,
Mm,
right?
mm,
um, Nothing will change without a massive amount. And so I think you need to have on your list, your goals list every day, what's something that scares you, that you want to do, that you've always wanted to do. Who's that person you need to call that freaks you the heck out? You're afraid of what they're going to say, your chicken list or whatever. That I want to speak somewhere, I want to do this, I want to stand out. Well, do one of those every single day, because the greater your courage, the bigger your opportunities. So that would be today. Like, I hope you get scared, shaking in your boots every single day, because the harder it gets, the more I make, the more high level people I train, the more scared I am and the more excited I am and the bigger things I do. Like, I feel like, people are like, take the leap. I'm like, I feel like I haven't touched the ground. I'm just like leaping through the air, going, "Oh my gosh, it's scary! It's amazing!" Um,
right.
but if you want bigger opportunity, if you want bigger results, scare yourself every single day. Make the calls, get uncomfortable, and live there. It's a great thing to be addicted to.
Wow, that is powerful. Courage is the antidote to mediocrity. I love it. Danelle Delgado, you, my dear, are the best. You're a rising grinder that is out there making impact on this planet with all of your posts, all of your wisdom that you share with us. It means so much to me, and I absolutely love you for it. I absolutely love you for it. It's just incredible. You guys, we need you to have an incredible day today. I'm so glad you guys popped in here. I hope you go back and watch this and get as much out. I mean, there's just so much stuff, and I hate that these shows are, they have to be short because people have routines, and we got to get going. And I got to honor everybody's need to stay within those routines, because I know how it can be when you get thrown off in the morning. But I'm just so glad you guys joined us. Make sure you hit that share button. Continue to push Rise and Grind out there. Make sure you're inviting people into the group, and then go out there today and do what Danelle just said to do. See, that's the biggest thing, is we can all watch these people, these mentors, these people that are out there doing these things in their life, and then we sit back and we don't do anything about it. That's not going to be us. Today, I want you to go out and scare yourself, like Danelle just said to do. Make that phone call, reach out to whoever that is, send that message, whatever that thing is that you're putting off. Go out there and do it today. And then I want you to post it. I want you to post in the group. Let's do hashtag Danelle. Hashtag Danelle today. And I want you to post it in the group and go, thanks to Danelle, I went out there and did this today, whatever it is. And whether you fail or whether you succeed, that's not the point. The point is building that courage to break out of mediocrity. Have a phenomenal day today. Have a fantastic day today. We'll see you guys next week. If you need more videos, you can go to Glenn. Oh, I don't have a Rise and Grind shirt on today. If you need more videos, you can go to glennlundy.com. There's over 100 videos with motivation, education, inspiration. It's all there. If you need Rise and Grind gear, it's there. If you want to get your tickets to go see this lady, Miss Danelle Delgado, August 12th, the hashtag Rise and Grind event, you can get those also at glennlundy.com. Have a phenomenal weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday at 5:30 a.m. as we hashtag Rise and Grind. Danelle, we're signing everybody out of here. You want to tell them goodbye one time while I try to figure out how to shut it down?
Have a great day, guys. Go be great. Go be brave. Glenn, youarethebomb.com. Love you to death.
All right. We will see you later. Maybe. I'm going to go here. Maybe close that. Are we out yet? I don't know. Let's see. I can never tell if are we still live?
I'm checking.
Nope. Yep. I think we're still live. Let's see.